Hello Libra, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw honest truth. This is your mid-August tarot check-in, and your theme for mid-August is the Princess of Cups, flow, synchronicity, mystic messages. This is a time to have your heart open with the innocence of a child and just be ready to receive any intuitive emotional messages and receive any love that comes your way. So that is beautiful. I'm happy because I'm a Libra too. All right, let's see what else is in store for you. So what does Libra need to know for mid-August? I'm so invested in this, honestly. All right, interesting. Okay, so I feel like in the past, we've got the Seven of Cups, so that often represents illusion, delusion. Sometimes it can be too much drinking, drugs, addictive behaviors, things like that. But it can also just be like a detachment from reality. And for some people, it can be, some people are such diehard optimists that they use the diehard optimism as a form of ignoring reality and things the way that they are. An example, and of course this is just an example, it's not going to apply to like any of you, but it's just to get the point across. For example, there might be someone who's in an abusive relationship and they are abused really bad every single night, but they focus so hard on the positive that they ignore their own pain and suffering with the abuse. So that's just an example. So it's that diehard optimism, which is a form of ignoring your actual emotions, okay? But it's some sort of detachment from reality, which can be with or without substances as well. I feel like at this moment, so you're coming up as the Knight of Pentacles, so you're much more practical, and you also might be focused a little bit more on money and just having your house in order, where you want to live your life, what you want to do, and just being quite sensible overall. I feel like there's going to be a lot of messages potentially about like a fire sign or like a fire sign female, or it could be, if you've got fire in your chart, like a different, the more intuitive part of you. But there's going to be lots and lots of messages that are going to help connect you with, your intuition and being true to yourself and maintaining your integrity. Or this could be, like I said, another person. I feel like you're going to be listening to your intuition, which is great because you're being clarified by the Ace of Cups and your theme is the Princess of Cups. So I feel like you're going to be there's going to be a lot of action, a lot going on, a lot of messages coming your way. So it could be like actual synchronicities, dreams, things like that. So be open to receiving them. But it can be actual just activity in your life. And you're getting in touch with who you are. This is so interesting, actually. And I feel like you might actually become more in touch with who you are in a business sense. So you might start to think like, okay, I want a promotion, I want a more secure contract, I want a raise, I want to be my own boss. You might be getting a lot more business oriented because at this moment you're thinking more sensibly, like how can I be sensible and practical and have a steady flow of income and things like that. But it's got to also be something that you love. Like when it comes to work, you need to love it. Otherwise, it's just going to not be good. So what I'm getting is that, follow your intuition, get in touch with your intuition, right? Listen to the messages coming your way, be open to receiving those messages, and it will actually help guide you to be in a really good business personality. And if that makes sense. And also, you'll be able to look at things, when you get in touch with your intuition, you'll be able to look at things a lot more objectively and clearly, which is very different from the recent past where there was a bit of a detachment. Maybe you were ignoring the things that you needed to pay attention to, but now you're hitting the ground running, there's lots of action, and you are definitely much more grounded than you were in the recent past. All right, let's get some clarifying cards for what Libra needs to know for mid-August. And if you haven't already, please, subscribe, hit the like button, and all that good stuff. Okay. I think you're thinking a lot right now about, where do you want to live? And maybe thinking a lot about, okay, maybe I shouldn't spend too much money, not necessarily being too conservative, but definitely being a bit more conservative with money, possibly. I feel like also in the recent past, maybe you had some success and maybe you kind of overthought that success in a sense when it comes to finances. Maybe you were a little bit too confident in a sense. But now you're definitely a lot more down to earth, honestly, which is great. Yeah, but the big theme here is integrity, keeping the high ground, maintaining your integrity. So in your actions moving forward, just doing things that are true to you, true to your authentic self. And I also feel like in the near future, you're going to have a really good idea about business, or you're going to start speaking out about the raise that you want or something like that. There also might be a message coming your way that's a really good opportunity when it comes to work, business. Some of you, it could also be about your physical body. So if some of you are waiting to hear back about like the results about a test of your physical body, you will hear back about that. Overall, I see it looking good. And I think you're just going to start planning a little bit more about how to have a more fulfilling career and life. This is really interesting. It's almost like in some ways a bit of a new start, being more connected to reality. And you might also, some of you might start thinking about potentially like where to put your roots down. If some of you are not sure where you want to live, I think you're going to be thinking more about that. Just whatever makes you feel a little bit more grounded. So that's cool. All right, let's get a few advice cards. So what advice does Libra need to know for mid-August? Cool. Okay, so I feel like the first advice card, we've got temperance, and temperance is all about, you know, patience, feeling things out. It's all about finding that inner balance within you, no matter what's going on outside of you. And I know in the world, there's been the chaos and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm just like overhearing about it in the news and stuff. Not like I try to watch that. Okay, back to the point. But I think you've realized that, you know, no matter what, you can't necessarily rely on the outer world to stay balanced so that you stay balanced. It's the other way around. So you need to continue to focus on staying balanced internally, feeling things out, listening to your intuition, being patient. It takes, normally for there to be a big change, it takes 100 baby steps, not a few leaps. So it's bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, and you will get to whatever it is, the inner balance that you desire. But it is a big call to be patient, and some of these changes happen slowly, but slow and steady wins the race, I suppose. Okay, your second advice card is the Three of Wands. So I do see the Two of Wands in the near future clarifying something that is emotionally important for you, right? And that's the planning stage. You might also want to consider not just planning, but taking that first step. So whatever it is, it could be the first physical actual step. It could be sending that email, it could be opening that bank account, it could be, you know, making a phone call, it could be booking that flight, okay? So you want to consider taking that first step for something that you've been planning, something that's been inspired previously in the past, something that, yeah, has a lot of integrity and is true to yourself and is part of your soul's purpose. Also, we have the Ten of Wands. So as an advice card, the Ten of Wands is saying, you know, you shouldn't have to deal with all of this on your own. If you feel like there's too much on your plate, you need to start asking other people for help, okay? It is not self-loving to expect yourself to do everything and be everything to everyone, okay? It's not. You need to actually start asking people for help to take some of the burden away. And I know there are people that can help you, even if it's, you know, maybe someone else organizes that reservation or trip, or, you know, someone that you live with, get them to maybe pick up some groceries for you. Whatever it is, you need to ask people for help, because it's getting to the point where this is a bit burdensome. You shouldn't have to be responsible for everything on your own at all. And you might want to consider like switching things up, because this is a 10 and the 10 is the end of a cycle. So it's just gotten to the point where you're not really going to go any further. It's kind of like you need to finish this chapter and carry on with the next one. Final advice card. Oh my gosh, this is actually one of my favorite advice cards. So yes, Three of Cups. Have fun, go out, meet people, go to restaurants, go to bars if you drink. Just have fun. And it doesn't mean like big parties or anything. At least just hang out with the people that you know and that you love and that you trust and you can absolutely relax around and just be comfortable with, and just enjoy those little pleasures in life. You know, there are a lot of parts of the world where finally Venues are beginning to open up again, so go out, enjoy yourself, and just relax and have fun. Take it easy. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's in the description box below. You can also follow me on social media. Definitely make sure you're subscribed because I do monthly and mid-monthly readings. And if you're still here, you get a secret bonus card. Secret bonus card? Ooh, you're gonna have a good idea. Go with it. If there's something, truth that you need to speak it, voice it. If there's a new perspective, embrace it. If there's a message coming your way, listen, because it's important. Have a great month. Bye.